good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Kenganda, your #1 source for African news and entertainment on the continent in the diaspora. And man, do we have a great show lined up. My man out of South Africa, I don't want to mess his name up, so let's hit the Jeopardy music. His name is Tito Mboweni. My bad, bro, if you're watching. Can't pronounce your name. But he said we should legalize weed in South Africa. It's going to bring billions to the economy. And then also, China is saying that, hey, take them sanctions off Zimbabwe. And then Uganda, a police officer shoots at his wife because he thought that she was cheating on him. So man, we got a great show. Sit back and let's get into this African news. So we're going to go all the way to South Africa with it. My man Tito Mboweni, again, my bad, bruh, if I messed up your name. You know I'm not from there, so I probably messed it up. Well, he's the finance minister of South Africa, and he has a very, very, very active Twitter account. I think over 480,000 Twitter followers. So if you guys see him, let him know I did this video. What up, player? He makes an interesting point. He's an OG, 60 years old. He's been around for a minute. He was talking about these photos that you guys see here of marijuana plants that are growing in South Africa. Instead of cutting them down, how about we just start making money off this, right? Let's just start the show. Tito's being real. He know these brothers and sisters is growing this stuff. We know, listen, we know y'all like y'all weed, all right? Especially, you know, brothers in Jamaica, you're smoking the weed all day. Some of y'all, Trinidad, you weeding it up. We ain't gonna get on African Americans. We know what y'all doing this weed. A lot of y'all. We already know. Oh, I need it for my cataracts, my leg hurt. Come on, stop playing. Brothers and sisters gonna get this weed, all right? You can't stop them. Why are you trying to hold them back? For the people that wanna buy it, let's sell it. Now let's look at this. Now we know that the whites that came to South Africa, at least a partition of them, were from the Netherlands. You guys call them the Boers. I was in Amsterdam like 3 months ago. You know what? Weed is legal there. And they got cafes, they got all type of stuff. It's popping down there, right? Let's talk about this. You see this? 27%. That's the number of unemployment that we have in South Africa. You see this right here? 37%. That's unemployed plus the people who ain't looking for jobs. That's the true number. 37% true unemployment. See the 27%? Those are people who are unemployed and need looking. 37% of people are unemployed. 10% of them just gave up looking for jobs. This would make millions in the South African economy of putting them at the one country in the continent that legalized weed. Now listen, y'all know me, I don't tell the brothers and sisters in Africa what to do. But I think Brother Tito is making a good case. Many South Africans want to legalize it. I think our brothers and sisters out there would like to have a new industries. Right now, I know a lot of Zimbabweans, a lot of other African immigrants, you know, the Nigerians. There's battles for jobs between the new people coming to South Africa because there's not enough to go around. I think this could seize that beef between the brothers and sisters out there. It'll bring a whole new industry. It'll bring jobs. It'll bring funding. It'll bring money. And we know people love money. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should South Africa legalize weed? Shout out to my boy Tito. But let's go to the next topic. Now we going all the way to Zimbabwe with it. That's my boy Gary's country. He's my cameraman. He's from Harare. Shout out to Zimbabwe, man. Love y'all. Met a lot of y'all in Europe. Coolest people on earth. Now, the China's, what's this guy's name? Foreign Minister Yang Yi. My bad, player. He was recently in Zimbabwe. And he was telling the people that listen, especially the EU in the United States, you need to lift the economic sanctions placed on the country of Zimbabwe. Now, let's kind of talk about this. Those sanctions were placed when the late great Robert Mugabe was in power. He took over Zimbabwe, which was formerly known as Rhodesia. And we all know what Mugabe did. He wanted to get the white farmers who had illegally occupied that land out. And because he did that, the West responded by placing these sanctions on Zimbabwe, which they should have left because it wasn't their land. And so Zimbabwe has been paying for it even when they got Mugabe out of office and he subsequently died. The new president has been doing everything he can to get those sanctions lifted, and then the West has maintained their position. All the way from Clinton to Obama to now Trump. But now let's talk about this. China has done so well in Africa because everybody else neglected the continent. Here's a situation. As the United States, let's say they keep putting sanctions on Zimbabwe or other African countries, China's grip on the continent is becoming more and more strong. Now, we all know that China doesn't really expect the West to lift those sanctions. China is saying that because it's a political move, right? So China is saying, hey, listen, the West should lift your economic, sanctions on you. But in case they won't, the Chinese Communist Party, we got money. We're going to keep funding you guys and giving you money. And this is why China has gained so much access into Africa, like $208 billion that they've made or whatever in the last few years. Here's where the issue is. For a lot of people that don't know the power in Africa, the potential that Africa has, China is a great entity to study. Okay, they had the vision that no one else had. Now, a lot of people, because of these economic sanctions, have to leave Africa, especially Zimbabwe. They have to go other places to find work and other places to have a better life because there's just no opportunities there. But here's the situation. Zimbabwe is not always going to continue to struggle. They are going to break through at some point. And when they break through, they're going to remember that, hey, we had these sanctions put on our country illegally for basically just standing up for ourselves, for taking back what was rightfully ours. So he has a point. The EU and the United States, hey, listen, you need to back off Zimbabwe. Let Zimbabwe come back. Let them restabilize. And then that way, you don't have to be complaining about, oh, you have so many immigrants coming to America. Oh, you got so many immigrants coming to, to the UK. Zimbabweans have smart people. Let them come back and enjoy their country and build it back up. But if you don't, trust me when I say this, China will try to make a way for Zimbabwe to do that without the United States or the EU's help. We were going to go to Uganda with it. We were going to fly there and cover a story, but let's stop the show. We're going to go all the way back to the USA with it. We want to cover some news regarding yours truly, Cardi B. Now, I covered earlier this week, Cardi B has applied for Nigerian citizenship and looking to start doing some more stuff with the continent. I mean, she had a really good time out there in Lagos and Ghana and stuff like that, and during her tour. But now she's thinking about getting into politics.
Oh, hell no!
She says, I really enjoy government, although I don't agree with government. Now, what kind of politician is Cardi B gonna be? Now, you gonna be twerking it up? I mean, what are you gonna be doing? I mean, you're in the strip club, thotting it up, twerking it up, all in Africa, setting a bad example all across the world. I mean, what you gonna be doing politics for? Like, if you don't twerk by 9 a.m., you gonna get arrested. If you don't thot it up, you gonna get a ticket. What are you gonna do?
Oh my God!
But here's a conspiracy theory. Will a Nigerian state let Cardi B become a politician? Like, imagine that. Could she be a politician in Lagos State? Because think about it. She gets the Nigerian citizenship. Now she wants to do government.
What?
Would she have a better chance of doing it in Africa? Think about that. That's scary, right? Cardi B, politics, Africa, hella corrupt.
Oh, hell no.
Just twerking all in the Oval Office. But anyways, Cardi B, sit your ass down. You're not being in politics or nothing. Just because Trump is doing it, don't mean you can do it, all right? Stick to rapping about strip clubs and twerking and all of that, right? Especially on the continent. Keep that mess over in the United States, ruining up everybody in America. But anyways, what do you guys think? Should Cardi B be in politics? Hell no, not in my opinion. Well guys, that's my time for today. I'm really excited about knocking these out. Kenganda is where it's at, the continent is where it's at. And man, doing these African news stories and clips, really fun, really entertaining. I really appreciate all of you for really supporting us in this endeavor. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell to be notified whenever Kenganda News comes on. And also, if you have news clips, here's the email, teamkenganda@gmail.com. Get back with us. And yo, we will be having the whole crew here next month. I mean, everybody's coming back. P. Maya, Sonia, Jonita will be all covering this news from the Africans' point of view, from the diaspora's point of view. And as you guys know, like Sonia says, keep it real. Kenganda forever. I'm out.